All right, we got the schedule about to drop tomorrow, and we got some leaks, we got some rumors. We're going to go over all those things. We've also got some more 49ers roster moves. We have updates on international games or lack thereof, how many miles the 49ers are traveling. We got a bunch of stuff. So we are going to recap all the news and notes of the day, specifically talking about some of the roster or schedule rumors and things of that nature with the schedule dropping tomorrow. So you guys already know what to do. Drop your SDS in the chat, smash that like button, and let's go. Smash that like button if you haven't already. Love to see it. What's going on, everybody? Hopefully you guys are having a great Tuesday, May the 13th. Let's hop right into some of the schedule news that we got going on. I know there was a lot of rumors, potential speculation about if the 49ers were going to be playing internationally, but it has come out that there will be no 49ers traveling across the seas to play in any games. So no Germany, no United Kingdom, no Mexico, none of those games are going to be happening. So some people might be okay with that. Other people I know, especially in talking with some fans who are overseas, aren't too particularly thrilled about that because obviously they don't have too many opportunities to get to games. I am happy for the guys that the guys don't have to go travel and, do and deal with all of that, because I know that kind of travel can be strenuous for athletes, but I'm kind of bummed because I really did want to get overseas to one of these games. I thought that would have been kind of fun. Unfortunately, not this year, maybe next year. We shall see. But that doesn't mean that the San Francisco 49ers are traveling, all that much less. They are still going to be logging nearly 30,000 travel miles. Obviously, being a West Coast team, it comes with the territory. You can see the rankings here based on miles traveled for the 2025-26 season. The 49ers come in fifth in that regard. So, as you can see, still going to be spending quite a bit of time traveling through the air, just no overseas games for the San Francisco 49ers. But we did get our first rumor about what the 49ers opening game of the season is going to be. Now, there has been a couple different rumors about this, but the one that has come out most prominently recently is that the San Francisco 49ers will be opening their season against the Seattle Seahawks in Seattle. And this is actually coming from someone in the Seattle area, Dave Softy Maller, who is on the radio locally in Seattle, covers the Seattle Seahawks. So he has some ties clearly to the Seahawks. He says he's hearing the season opener will be on 9-7 in Seattle against the San Francisco 49ers. And so, and kind of thinking about this, and we also heard rumors that seen a couple people mention the Colts, the 49ers potentially on the road against the Colts to start the season. I actually wouldn't mind the 49ers going up to Seattle and starting the season against a division opponent. I can't really recall the last time the 49ers season, they started their season with a division opponent. The one that immediately jumps to the top of my head is the game. I think was it against the Rams back when Carlos Hyde was around? I might be remembering that incorrectly. That might have been the Vikings. But I do think it was the Rams. Is that 2018? A while ago, but maybe I'm just forgetting some. But if the 49ers were to open their season against the Seattle Seahawks, I wouldn't be opposed to it at all, actually. I think it would be a nice little kind of gut check uh, in regards to getting the season started. When you look at the San Francisco 49ers last year and you look at how that season went, it just was a really rough go. And it started in the offseason. And I think starting the year with a division opponent kind of locks you in differently because, as we know, and as these players always talk about, playing against the division is a bit different, right? Because we understand, they understand. If you win the division, you're automatically locked in for the playoffs. So winning in division is typically one of the biggest goals that these teams set out early every single year. So right out the gate, week one, if the 49ers are indeed playing against the Seattle Seahawks, they're already kind of locked in. They kind of have to lock in early. It's not like we're playing an AFC team. Well, if we lose, it's, obviously you don't ever want to lose. But I do think there's a little bit more. I think there's a little bit more urgency to a week one divisional round matchup. And I would like to see the San Francisco 49ers travel to Seattle. Maybe we get a little bit of the new jersey concepts, brand refresh. I know the 49ers had officially made their brand refresh official today. I'm sure maybe some of you guys have seen that. There's been hinting at these rivalry jerseys being released. I don't know. If you could get me a Sunday Night Football in Seattle, week one, new jerseys being dropped, I'm down. I'm down for it. I'm not complaining. I actually think that would be fire. So I don't know if this will happen. Again, this is just a rumor at this point. So nothing official here. But if the 49ers were to play against Seattle, I would be down. Sign me up. I think that would be a great way to start the season and kind of get things, a little bit amped up a little early. So I would be for it for sure. But we'll see. The schedule drops tomorrow. It's been pretty quiet on the rumor front. I haven't seen too much, which is kind of surprising, to be honest. Typically, we get a lot of rumors. I know the rumors are absolutely going to be picking up tomorrow before the season drops. So I'm excited to see what the season will hold. And obviously, we know the home and away opponents, but we get to see how it stacks. And, I think of last year when we were reviewing the schedule, and there was a glaring, daunting stretch in that schedule. And it was Packers and Bills back to back away games. And I remember we talked about that on the show, and we're just like, ugh, I can already tell that's going to be a really, really tough stretch. And it turned out to be, because one of the reasons it was East Coast games. One of the things we were concerned about, weather. And sure enough, in both the Green Bay and Bills games, the weather was awful. And those ended up being games that the 49ers needed to win because of dropping games early in the season. So it was just perfect storm, if you will, of a bad year. but you could kind of see some of that foreshadowing in the schedule. So the 49ers are heading into this year with the easiest strength of schedule out of any team in the league. So how it structures will be fascinating, because obviously we're going to be looking to see, are there going to be back-to-backs where the team maybe stays East Coast, doesn't come back and travel, things like that. And of course, be able to kind of get a sense of how we can map out that year and start doing our, early predictions on the season, all that good stuff. So definitely looking forward to it. Here is a snapshot of some of the away games. For any of you guys that, I don't know, might be local to the Bay Area or plan on going to, I got to decide which games that I want to go to here. I think if you haven't been to a Levi South game versus the Rams, obviously the Rams, it's going to be a challenge against them. They're a team that is ascending and have gotten better. But going to games at SoFi is quite the experience. It's one that I would recommend to any 49er fans. Houston is an interesting one. I might try to get out to Houston. I enjoy going out to Indy. Been going out to Indianapolis for the combine for a couple years. So I wouldn't be mad at getting out to a game at Indy. I love that stadium. It's a great stadium. I was just in New Orleans for covering the Super Bowl, so I'll have to think long and hard if I want to go back for that one. But I don't know. We'll see. The Seattle or the Saints aren't looking too hot right now with Derek Carr retiring, and their quarterback room is young, unproven guys. That feels like a win, just based on the current roster. And then going to New York, I think that might be one I got to stop at for sure. Browns. Do I go to Cleveland? Haven't heard great things about Cleveland, but I went to the Tampa Bay game last year. Not gonna lie, love the Tampa Bay game. That was fire. It felt like I was on a tropical vacation. So I will definitely be going back to Tampa Bay, depending on it not following on any major holidays or things like that. Hopefully, I think that's going to be one of the things that I'm going to be looking out for is what holidays are these games falling on. I can't stand, for me personally, because I do have kids. I don't like holiday games because it makes things more challenging. And that's kind of why I like last year's. One of the good things about last year's schedule was no holiday games. So I didn't have any conflicting Christmas, Thanksgiving, any kind of plans, New Year's. It was great. Hopefully we get that same luck this year, but no guarantee. Chili says, I'll be at the Houston game. If I run into Brad there, I'll try to get a picture with you. Absolutely, man. I'd love to meet Chili in person. What did I call you last week? I forgot. I come up with a new nickname. I already forgot what it was. But anyways, the 49ers also made a roster move today. Jelly, that's right. Jelly Roll. My boy. That's right. I don't even remember why my brain is fading on me. But the 49ers are getting active, man. They signed a undrafted free agent to a 3-year deal. They signed a cornerback coming out of Cincinnati. He low-key has a fire name. Derek Canteen? I don't know. Something about that name I kind of like. But when you kind of look at his game and you kind of look into him a little bit more. One of the things that I like about him is that he was voted a captain his first year on Cincinnati. I mean, this is a guy who his freshman year in college was in 2019. So he's an older player. He's got a lot of experience under his belt. He has 40 starts in college, and he's appeared in 54 games. So a lot of experience, and he's racked up decent amount of interceptions throughout his time. Over 200 tackles in his career. So he's pretty solid. Uh, I think I can't determine what he is going to be year one for the San Francisco 49ers. Obviously, he's going to be scratching and clawing for a roster spot, but we'll see how he looks in training camp. But I think one of the trends that we've seen is that players that are coming in with a lot of experience under their belt acclimate much faster to the college game. And I mean, I could speak to that a little bit in the sense of, being in community college, playing JUCO for 2 years and just really like learning like football in the JUCO system. And then when I went to the D2 that I played for, it was so easy. Like, yeah, I jumped up from JUCO to D2, but it felt slower. It felt easier. Just having the experience. And even though you're going up to a higher level of play, when you have the baseline experience, man, does it make it freaking easier to acclimate at the next level. So that's the kind of way that I rationalize it is when you have the experience and you've played a lot of ball and you have talent and you have skill set and you have done it for a long, long time, I think it helps that transition period. So we'll see. We'll see what he is. We'll see if he can be a guy. The 49ers have signed two undrafted free agents, Stone Blanton yesterday to a 3-year deal as well. The 49ers had to waive Quindell Johnson, a safety that they had signed at the end or beginning of this year, however you want to look at it. So he's gone. 49ers have made a bunch of roster moves recently. So we'll see. We'll see if any of these kind of UDFAs crack the roster. I know that we've seen pretty regularly, it feels like, especially under Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch, some UDFAs cracking the roster. I think of guys like Jeff Wilson, Emmanuel Mosley, Tay Martin had a pretty strong stay with the San Francisco 49ers. Obviously, Kendrick Bourne was an undrafted free agent. Matt Breida was an undrafted free agent. Demetrius Flanagan Fowles was around here for like 6 years as a UDFA out of Arizona. So the 49ers definitely do have a good track record when it comes to being able to hit on UDFA talent. So we'll see. It felt like they went kind of light this year on UDFAs. The 49ers just dropped I feel like the 49ers are hinting at new jerseys. Let me show you what they just dropped. So we're 24 hours out from the schedule dropping, but it kind of feels like they're going to be more than just a schedule. So let me see. I'll pull it up here. So this is the video that the 49ers just dropped. Again, a lot of equipment stuff. Let's see what kind of Easter eggs that maybe we can find in here. I mean, you got cleats. So right here, it's hard to see, but it's like that old school 49ers logo. Is it like the logo in the 90s? I'm trying you can't probably even see it on the screen. It's really hard to see. I don't know if that changes anything. Lockers, cleats. I don't know, man. An old, looks like sourdough Sam doll right here. Oh, I wish I could zoom in. There's something on that locker. What does it say? Kind of looks like the schedule's on the locker. It gives the vibes of like old school archive, like old school equipment, old school. So we know that they're going to be dropping like a rivalry series with with the New Jersey concepts. Just kind of feels like they're dropping some Easter eggs somewhere. I do like how the box says flammable right here. I kind of feel like that's intentional that you can see that it says flammable. Zero idea what that correlates to. Uh, Screenshot, zoom in. I know if I screenshot it, it's not going to be high quality, but I'll do my best. Let's try it out. There is the logo on his sweater, but that doesn't look like a new logo. Let me see. Capture. We're doing putting our detective hats on, seeing what we can get. Yeah. Oh, that's that ain't gonna do it. So this is the screenshot I got. Can you tell? Is this the schedule? It does kind of look like the schedule. There's definitely well, ain't no one reading that. But I think one of the more significant Easter eggs in this is the logo. It's super hard to see. Oh man, even the screenshot makes it super hard to see. So I don't know if you can even tell, but this like old school emblem logo, I don't know what year that is from. I wish I did. I feel like that's a clue. It's a throwback. I wish I knew what year that freaking logo was from. If you know in the chat, drop it. I don't know if that was an 80s logo. I just know it was a while back. Anyways, we'll see. We'll see if we get new jerseys dropping tomorrow. See what the situation is. See what the schedule releases. Schedule release for these social media accounts is like their Super Bowl. So we're going to see how creative the San Francisco 49ers get with this one. Last year, I think they had the Pilo and Sweetie song, Do It for the Bay. They dropped that on schedule release. Yeah, so we'll see. We will see. I know, I wish I could enhance the image further, but we'll have to keep it to our imagination. All right, that's it for today. It's a quick live, nothing crazy. Just wanted to update that. And in about 24 hours from now, we will know what the schedule looks like, and we can start doing our way too early predictions and start dreaming of the San Francisco 49ers making their way back to the Super Bowl, because that's the ultimate goal, and the 49ers will be playing, or not the, well, maybe, but the Super Bowl will be played at Levi's Stadium this year, and it would be fantastic to see the San Francisco 49ers play a home game in Seattle. Home game in Seattle. Home game in the Super Bowl. There we go. I was reading Beat Seattle while I said that. Anyways, I think that's a sign for me to go. Appreciate all of you guys, as always, for tapping in. Smash that like button, all that good stuff. I'm out of here for now. Peace. Smash that like button if you haven't already. Love to see you.